Music was built upon a certain foundation for a certain reason. This is something that I call the house method, and I look at this in my classes with people, especially people who are learning how to songwrite or who are exploring that terrain, who are also playing other instruments. I like to think of it. Let's say we'll just keep it C major to be simple. Let's say we have do to do, C to C, okay? This is like the exterior walls of my house, okay? The one chord. Then right in the middle, I have F and G, my dominant G, my subdominant F. These are both going to be major chords. C major, F major, G major. And the basis of music, Baroque, classical, modern, pop, rock, indie, somewhere in there, you've got to have these structures of your house. So the outside walls are your one chord. The supporting walls, the supporting structures are going to be your 4 and 5. You're probably not going to want to write a song without these. And then your relative minor is your 6, my A minor here. Now, relative minor, for you guys that don't know, means that if I'm going to play a song in a minor key, it's going to have the same key signature. Okay, so in C major, I'm all white notes. In my relative minor, A minor, the 6th, I'm going to be all white notes. And so what I like to do, let's say I'm having some kind of songwriter's block. I don't always approach doing music this way, but sometimes I do. Let's say I want to just kind of get a musical idea going. I just write down my Roman numerals. I'll bring this up on the screen. 1, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major, 5 is major, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished. That's kind of omissible. We're not going to use that too often. And then let's say we're in C major. So I'm going to write down these letters: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, diminished, and back to C. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a square around my supporting structures of the house. And then I'm going to put a circle around my relative minor, my 6. And then I also have my 2 and my 3, which are going to be D minor and E minor. I might want to use those in my song. And I might want to modulate at some point, okay? And this comes to this idea of not wanting it to sound like everything else. But those modulations, there are mathematical ways to get there musically. There are theoretical ways that make sense to get there. Sometimes it's about using your ear and going close enough to one of these chords that exist in this musical universe and then finding something adjacent which will make sense, but that can also bring you back home. But that is a whole Pandora's box that we can open in another video. For now, I just like to say, let's say I'm having this writer's block, this songwriter's block. I can choose any key. We're going to stay in C major for this one. Write down what my chords are. And then I'm going to know, okay, I'm probably going to want a C in here, an F, a G, an A minor. And then from there, you can just choose a loop. This is one of my favorite methods for a writer's block, okay? I choose a loop. Whatever my mood is, okay? Maybe I'm sad about something. Maybe I'm feeling like, I don't know, something heavy inside. So I want it to be minor. So I'm going to start with A minor. Let's go to F, C, G, and then I'll just keep looping this. And I'll press record passively, not really paying attention to myself, not being self-conscious, but just knowing that I might capture a good idea. That's not the goal, but it's there just in case. Then I don't have the anxiety of thinking, oh, if I just play music without being productive about it and a good idea comes, I won't remember what I was doing or how to do it. You just record this, then you can even throw it into Logic and just say, hey, what chords was I playing there? And then I'll just loop it and feel it. And then I'll just start some stream of consciousness singing. I don't know what to say. I don't know. My heart is stuck anyway. I don't know where it goes. Where it goes. Where it goes. I don't know. Ba 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 da bum. Ba 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 da bum. Ba 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 da bum. Now I changed something. Ba 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 da bum. And from there, I might actually come up with an idea. This ties into something else, okay? I might come up with a lyrical idea, a melodic idea. I might start from this loop, let my fingers move like I just did there, and then I went to the E major 7 chord, which belongs, to my key of A minor if I want to bring up the third from a minor third to a major third, add the 7. That's another theory thing. But I'm also using my mood, my feeling, where the melody is going to then say, where could I potentially bring this song, right? But this would never happen if I didn't just sit down and do it. And that's the next point. When you feel like you're in this kind of hermit mode and you're avoiding creating, whether it's the stress of productivity, whether it's feeling like you don't want to actually deal with your emotional or psychological baggage, you don't want to get creative, you have an aversion, you're just like, I'm not in the mood for it, you're thinking too much like songwriting or even playing music is a big deal, just tell yourself, you know what? I know it's going to make me feel release. So I'm just going to go do it for 10 minutes. And if in 10 minutes, nothing happens and I'm really not enjoying it, okay, I'll go back to my book or I'll go back to Netflix or I'll go wash the dishes or I'll do something else or I'll put on some music. But at least by telling yourself, I'm just going to go there and do some bad writing. I'm just going to sit down and I'm just going to do something and it doesn't matter what comes out of it. Maybe nothing interesting or original will come out of it. But what will come out of it, and this I promise you, is you will feel some kind of release. As a human being, when you get connected to music, when you have your fingertips on the piano or the guitar, when you allow your voice to express something, you're going to feel a little bit better about life. You're going to feel a little bit better about whatever it is that maybe you're going through. You are going to feel connected with the source, with your soul, with something. As long as you're not monitoring what it sounds like, auto-judging yourself, but just feeling, expressing, making mistakes, like not caring if like that turned into like, oops, I went to the wrong chord, like not beating yourself up over that. Like, oh, now my loop is changing. Now I'll go maybe here. Just going with that flow, getting yourself into a flow state, that is going to give you the right conditions to come up with new ideas, to be creative, to get in touch with your creative nature. Just take your phone with you and open the Voice Memos app. Record little things that come into your mind. You know, you wake up in the morning. Paul McCartney used to wake up and have a dream and be like, I dreamed this song, you know? Just record your idea and then see if you can take that idea anywhere else. Songwriter's block. Do you think that there is such a thing? Or do you think that there's only a fear of songwriting, a fear of bad songwriting? Let me know in the comments below.